So for today's video, I'm going to do a review on some brushes that I purchased on eBay. Now I know a lot of people are reluctant to purchase certain items, especially when it comes to makeup or cosmetics on eBay, but if it's affordable, I definitely highly recommend it because a lot of times you're going to get the same product that you would get in a store or an online shop for a lot cheaper on eBay. And the brushes that I'm talking about is they come in a 10-piece set, and the amount that I paid was approximately $17. I will link the seller that I purchased from below so you can check out their prices, but the brushes that I got are these. They're kabuki style brushes, and these are the first 5, and the other 5 are basically miniatures of these larger brushes. So those are the ones that are smaller, and I've used every single one of these brushes in order to review them. So as you can see, they're dirty because I did use them today on my makeup, and I've been using them for a couple weeks now, and I wanted to mention them and mention a few things about these brushes. Now the brand is called Jessup, and that's what it looks like. And the variety that I got is the gold ferrule, but they also have silver and they have different colored handles available from that seller. So I'm going to go through the basic quality of these are so amazing for the price that I paid for them. I'm so glad I went this route, and other people say that they are a dupe for some Sigma brushes. I don't have those Sigma brushes, but I can guarantee that these are amazing quality for the price. I'm going to go through each one of these brushes and tell you what I use them for, and just basically a quick description of each item. The first one that I'm going to review is the flat top kabuki style. And I have a brush that's very similar to this that I bought from Coastal Scents, and this one works just as well, if not even better. It's not so dense that you can't really use it to blend. It's just the right amount of dense and just the right amount of flexible. So if you can see, the flexibility is amazing because it blends out your foundation, and I use liquid foundation, by the way. It blends out your liquid foundation perfectly, and I love this brush for that purpose. The next one is the pointed tapered kabuki style brush. And this one works amazing for the inner corner if you're going to blend out your concealer, and also to set the concealer. I found that using powder with this works amazingly as well. So basically I use it along my cheeks, and sometimes I get in the corners, but I also use the small version of this for the inner corners to blend out the concealer as well. This brush is also pretty dense. It's on the denser side, so it'll work well for blending out concealer, like I said, and also it works well because it's not so dense on the sides. It works well for using for powder. The next one is the slanted kabuki. The slanted flat top kabuki brush. And this one works well for powder because it's not as dense as the regular flat top. So it works amazingly to distribute powder evenly, and I use that to set the powder on my face as well. The next one is also a slanted one, but it's more rounded. And if you can't tell by this one, by the color of this one, I use this one for blush. So I use this to blend out the blush, and it works amazingly well. I really like it because it places the blush where I want it, as opposed to bigger blush brushes that kind of blend it out too much and kind of get it everywhere. And the last one is this rounded kabuki. It's a little bit smaller, and it works amazing. I use this for my cream contour, and the contour cream that I use is actually a foundation, and I'll mention that in my favorites video. So basically that's what I use this for. The smaller brushes are pretty much the same functions as some of the brushes, but I use these mostly for concealer, and some of these you can actually use on your eyes as well. Some people might find these a little bit big for that purpose, for the eyes, but I find them perfect. This first one I definitely use as a concealer brush, I use this especially for this area of the eye to set the concealer, and also right between my eyebrows and just smaller places, and it works amazing. This rounded brush, I find it good for blending out the eyeshadow in the crease area. It's big, but it's dense enough to the point where it's not gonna spread the eyeshadow everywhere. It's gonna pretty much stay precise, but it's also gonna blend well. And this works really, really well for contouring the nose. This is the perfect size for the nose contour, for the cream contour that I do. This one is also great. It's the slanted one, the slanted flat one. This is also great for blending out your concealer underneath your eyes. It's a perfect size. This pointed one is just an all-over great precision brush. It can be used in your eye crease, and also it can get into any of the smaller areas. You can use this for spot concealing. It works amazing for that as well. And this last one is the slanted rounded style, and this one I also found that it's good for the contouring of the nose and any small areas where you want precision, but you can also use it to blend. Now overall, I really, really like the differences in the brushes. Like this one is more dense, and this one is a little dense and also a little flexible. I like the differences in these brushes because it allows them to function in different ways and using different products. I'm really impressed with the quality of the brush and the brush handles. They're not wobbly at all. So I know that that can be a problem in the future, but if anything, you can always use wood glue to secure it more. And I haven't experienced any loosening yet, and I haven't deep cleaned these. I've cleaned them with a brush cleaner, but I haven't deep cleaned these, and once I do, I will let you guys know, but they haven't shed on me yet. Not one of the brushes has shed on me, and that's amazing, especially if you're worried about buying brushes on eBay. Overall, I'm very, very impressed with these brushes. I love them. I did take pictures of them when I first purchased them, so I will put those in this video. So don't worry, you can see them in their normal clean state once I put those pictures up. Again, I will leave the seller information below, and I definitely recommend buying from that seller because they did such an amazing job at shipping out the brushes. I bought internationally from China, and I got them very, very quickly, less than 2 weeks, and that is amazing for international shipping. It's not going to be the same for everybody because different areas in the world will take longer or maybe a little bit quicker, but from my experience, the shipping was very, very good. They shipped out right away. Amazing seller experience, and I will purchase from them again. So that's it about these brushes, and I will let you guys know in an update in the future to let you know how they work for me in the long run. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.